CypruSaves is the project for vines and wine sector of Cyprus. The title was Tools for Water Saving and Field Management of Cypriot vineyards. We worked with 23 pilot farmers and 70 vineyards and 1 winery in Cyprus. Agriculture, just a moment because I have some problems. Agriculture is already under transformative changes. Adaptation to climate change requires the reorganization of the agribusinesses to adapt to new conditions of production and services provision temporally and locally. Among the important issues of today's environmental and economic challenges facing the agricultural sector are the management of water, soil, nutrients, energy, and greenhouse gas emissions. CypruSaves came at a time when significant changes are needed in the way agribusiness operate and aligned with European climate policy, targeting to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and minimize the environmental impact of the primary and secondary production sectors. Digital tools. In this environment of the farmer, support to farmers are provided by digital tools, which should ensure, of course, correct and accurate advice and sustainable crop management. Digital tools are developed on the basis of scientifically accepted principles and theories. But here comes a question. How accurate and scientifically sound are digital tools? APAGRI focus group, under the name Digital Tools for Sustainable Nutrient Management, in its final report, highlight that tools should be multifunctional, meaning that should provide services for consultancy on fertilizer and irrigation, greenhouse gas emissions, soil health, should ensure accuracy and robustness of data and models they use, should be customized to local conditions, including farm type, environmental conditions, and others, provide tailor-made fertilization recommendation, use national algorithms for local nutrient management, optimization, and carbon balance, and also provide carbon dioxide emission information. Also, in its final report, the final report of APAGRI groups highlights adaptability to local conditions and practices and as one of the major factors for ensuring tools accuracy and suitability are in different climatic, soil, and environmental regions which today hardly exist. This is on the final report on page 11-12. So CypruSaves came to bridge the gap of locality and specificity to the services provided by digital tools. Behind the skin of a digital tool, we can see that behind the recommendation provided by digital tool in the background, a series of calculations are made using data collected from or for the field, let's say meteorological data, various other parameters. All the above are used as variable or constants in equation or relationship, which of course are scientifically accepted, to produce the final result, which is the advice to farmers. But which are these various other parameters? These various other parameters are mainly coefficients or constants, which are related to crop growing conditions, crop phenological stages, climate, and and are determined experimentally. Because such data is lacking, of course, for most crops and areas, most of digital tools use default values. But what is these default values? Which are the consequences of these default values to the final recommendation? For example, I can say you that for the emission factor of nitrogen oxide emissions from synthetic fertilizer, the default factor is 0.01 as provided by IPCC. But for Cyprus, in its national inventory report, this emission factor is 50% less. It's 0.005. And another example is for the determination of the irrigation needs. In the widely used equation here, this equation has a deviation of 70% because the usually used KC factor, which is a crop coefficient, is a default number provided by FAO. Of course, it's correct in a wide range, but it is a default factor. So, what we did in CypruSaves. CypruSaves exploited advanced and core enablers of the Meta project and developed a unique web GIS-based application for vineyards and wineries, which uses local parameters for 14 vine varieties in Cyprus and provides estimation of water footprint, all three components of water footprints, blue, green, and gray, which is related to pollution, to water pollution, the gray one, are calculated. Determination of irrigation needs. Definition of the risk for parasitic diseases outbreak in relation to climatic conditions. Fertilization recommendation based on crop needs and soil properties. Calculation of the carbon footprint and greenhouse gas emissions. And for the first one, I don't know if there is such tool available in the market or by research projects, evaluation of the suitability of an area for vineyard establishment according to climatic condition and soil properties. So our vision for the future is the creation of a commercial package of tools and services for Mediterranean crops, tailor-made and adapted to local conditions of the growing environment. Today, we are offering our tool for vines in Cyprus, and especially for the 14 varieties of vines. But we foresee using developing more modules for different crops in different areas. For example, if we have the module for wheat in Cyprus, then the tool will be named Sea Wheat. For wines in Greece, GR Wines. For olives in Cyprus, Sea Olives. And all these modules will be hosted on the same platform. So we would like to thank the METED project for providing us technical and moral support to transform our thoughts to tangible results. Thank you all for your attention. Enjoy a glass of wine and please watch our video.
Εργαλεία CypruSaves είναι μοναδικά.
Just a moment to make the screen.
Γιατί είναι απόλυτα. Η κλιματική αλλαγή θα επιφέρει αυξανόμενη ζήτηση νερού για τη γεωργία και τη μεταποίηση στην Κύπρο, όπως σε ολόκληρη τη Μεσόγειο. Τα εργαλεία CypruSaves είναι μοναδικά γιατί είναι απόλυτα προσαρμοσμένα στις τοπικές συνθήκες παραγωγής και υλοποίησης και μπορούν με μικρές τροποποιήσεις να προσαρμοστούν και να υιοθετηθούν στην όποια καλλιέργεια και να χρησιμοποιηθούν σε όλη την Κύπρο. Στον αμπελώνα υπολογίζονται οι υδατικές ανάγκες της καλλιέργειας μέσω ενός δικτύου μετεωρολογικών σταθμών, χρησιμοποιώντας τοπικές παραμέτρους. Οι παραγωγοί μπορούν πλέον να γνωρίζουν το πράσινο, το μπλε και το γκρι αποτύπωμα νερού της καλλιέργειας, να προχωρήσουν σε διορθωτικές ενέργειες έγκαιρα, αλλά και να αποδείξουν την ορθή διαχείριση νερού. Τα εινοποιεία μπορούν να υπολογίσουν το υδατικό αποτύπωμα όλης της διαδικασίας εινοποίησης. Τόσο οι καλλιεργητές όσο και τα εινοποιεία μπορούν με τα συγκεκριμένα εργαλεία να υπολογίσουν και το αποτύπωμα άνθρακα των πρακτικών και διαδικασιών που εφαρμόζουν, να εντοπίσουν αδύνατα σημεία της διαδικασίας και να τα βελτιώσουν. Τα εργαλεία είναι μοναδικά, γιατί προσαρμόζονται στα ιδιαίτερα εδαφικά και κλιματικά δεδομένα της κάθε περιοχής, προσφέροντας μεγαλύτερη ακρίβεια αποτελεσμάτων σε σχέση με άλλα εργαλεία που υπάρχουν σήμερα διαθέσιμα. Το έργο CypruSaves είναι μία από τις 5 προτάσεις που έλαβε χρηματοδότηση από το πρόγραμμα δράσης έρευνας και καινοτομίας Horizon 2020 της Ευρωπαϊκής Ένωσης, στο πλαίσιο του έργου Demeter, με στόχο την ανάπτυξη έξυπνων εργαλείων για την αντιμετώπιση των κλιματικών προκλήσεων στην Κύπρο.